The Camarines Norte Peninsula in eastern Philippines is Asia's Gold Coast. Across the country, over 200,000 people work as small-scale gold miners. Every year they produce hundreds of kilos of gold, exported worldwide on the black market. Driven by poverty and hunger, they stop at nothing to dig out a few flecks of precious metal, including risking the lives of their children. These remote jungle camps are at the centre of the Philippines' gold rush, and at the heart of the business are children. Joshua Lasap is 11 years old.
Lai! Pili! Dito ka parte sa tapatan ko ito ha. Abutin mo ito ha. Dito baba ka.
Joshua's father Larry pulls Joshua out of school to help him find gold in rocks buried in the mud.
Nainis ko po ang kaibigan ko, tapos nainis ko rin po yung school. Tapos gusto ko pong pumasa sa school. Mga klase ko po.
Larry says he needs Joshua's help so he can mine enough gold every day to feed his 6 children.
Malaking katulungan kasi si Joshua sa paghahanap buhay ko. Kasi pag hindi mo ka patulungan yung bata, kulang-kulang na pagkain namin. Yun ang kapanan ko po.
It's not the future Joshua wants.
Tapos po ako mag-aral.
Pero gusto mo, paglaki mo, gusto mo rin magtrabaho dito?
Hindi po.
Joshua's now 2 years behind at school and there's little chance of him catching up. Even though it's illegal, children mine gold all along this coast. Mark Anthony has just turned 12.
Hindi po tumutulong. Tumutulong ako kay Papa na sa isang linggo, 3 araw sa isang linggo.
Mark Anthony helps his father Marcos dig out tiny specks of gold from this unstable soil. Marcos knows it's risky work.
Dapat naman hindi dapat isama ang bata talaga dito sa ganitong mga delikado. Yun lang ang malaking sakuna, matabunan ka. Kasi hindi ka naman bubuhayin pag natabunan ka na. Tulad niyan.
But he says he's forced to gamble with Mark Anthony's life for the few extra pounds his son helps him earn. Even so, Marcos can still barely afford to feed his family of 5, let alone send them all to school.
Para makatulong sa mga kapatid ko, tapos sa kanila.
Kahit pa paano, mapag-aral mo sila, makapagtapos. Kahit ang hirap na ranasin ko sa buhay. Kinakaya.
Sige. Explain. Magtulong para mabuhay. Para hindi siya mahirapan.
As if the risk of being buried alive isn't dangerous enough, Marcos now processes the gold with mercury, a poisonous metal causing brain and organ damage, especially in children. It's the only way they can get the gold ready to be sold. Today Marcos makes £4 selling his gold to the local broker. Not quite enough to feed his family properly for another week. The price she pays is set by buyers further up the chain. There's about a 50% markup between what the local gold miners are paid here and the international gold price. Now, it's unrealistic for them to expect to get all that money, but all the miners tell us that if they could get just a fraction of that profit, then they wouldn't have to have their children work with them. The black market here keeps prices artificially low, so children are being forced into ever more extreme ways of mining gold. Gerald Lussup is just 16. But like most miners we met here, his father doesn't earn enough to feed and school his younger siblings properly either, so he has to work. Gerald searches for gold using a method called compressor mining, a process that involves pumping pressurised air into his lungs. Gerald will have to descend 30 feet into a completely flooded mine shaft. Breathing through this thin plastic tube, it can easily get trapped or broken. Children are often used because their lungs have not been damaged by the fumes that get sucked into the tube. More than 100 miners died in one recent compressor incident. But because compressor mining is illegal, no one knows how many men or children have died doing this. Gerald stays at the bottom 3 hours at a time.
Natatakot po. Maguho po yung butas, matabunan. Natatakot po. Tapos po yung mahirap na gawain po ay nagmumuwil po. Para po sa pamilya. Magulang.
This time the risk was for nothing. Laws against this type of mining are made hundreds of miles away. But out here, local Mayor Ricarte Padilla is meant to enforce those laws. Who's responsible for trying to stop children being on these sites? Is that a national police issue?
It's well, it is our office. But of course, as I have said, if I could only give them opportunities, job opportunities, I will take them away from especially from compressor mining. It is just that, I have no alternative at this point.